We're in a good place. We're in a unique situation. I think these kind of things, if you don't, what don't kill you, make you stronger. We're close. We're right there. We're hitting balls hard. We're having good at bats. We're just not scoring as many runs right now, which is fine. It's going to happen. So I think a lot of guys keep swinging the bat, keep bringing that attitude, keep bringing the fire, and we're playing. I think we're playing good ball. We're just not getting the W's. But like I said, this division is not going to. No one's going to run away with this division. So we just need to get on a winning streak of ourselves and put ourselves right back in the spot.
The Orioles on Masson and WJZ is Saturday afternoon in New York, Yankee Stadium, where the Orioles and Yankees play the third of this four-game set, the Yankees having won the first two. As Adam Jones said, things will get better. Orioles in a bit of a spiral right now, starting pitching being part of that, the offense another, and on a very tough road trip where the Orioles have had one-run ball games, 3 of them, including the first 2 here at Yankee Stadium, and of course they have lost them. The Orioles have fallen to 3-6 now in one-run ball games this season. Of most concern for the Orioles, it's about the starters, because if the starters are doing well, then the Orioles are going to be in baseball games. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for the Orioles starters on this road trip. The team's record 2-5, and the starters have taken all 5 losses. ERA for the starters, 4.14. The opponent average high at 271. 4 home runs allowed. You see the strikeout to walk ratio not particularly good either. This has simply been a trip where the starters have gotten in trouble early in the ball games, Mike Bordick, and then the team offensively has not been able to catch up.
Yeah, really, I think that's what it's all about. And, of course, you have to give credit to the opposing pitchers. They face some really tough starting pitchers on this road trip. But the starters, I think they've kept their team in all of these ball games. You mentioned 3 one-run games. There have been 2 two-run games. And when the Orioles are down by 4, you still think they're in it. Offensively, they haven't come up with the big hit. They need the big blow off the bat to really break a game open, or at least make everybody feel comfortable in that dugout. Maybe a little pressing going on. It was nice to see them get double digits in hits in last night's ball game, so that should give this offense a little bit of a feel. But everything really stems off the starting pitching. It can have a trickle effect to the bullpen as well. If they're not staying consistent, getting deep into ball games, that bullpen's going to get worn out. But they've been a little up and down, and it's something we've seen last year. There were some inconsistencies for the first 2 months. Like Adam Jones is saying, they have to stay positive. They understand they're a better team than they're playing right now. So just keep having good at-bats. Pitchers keep going out there and grinding, and something will turn, and this team will come together.
And I thought interesting, Adam Jones saying there in our open, nobody's going to run away with this division. That is the general feeling about the American League East, and that includes the Orioles, that this thing is going to be a dogfight right down to the final month. Now, Buck Showalter came to the ballpark today worried about a couple of players. One, Adam Jones, collision with the outfield wall. The other, Ryan Flaherty, a little tweak in the groin.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a concern, and I think that is going to be a test of every team, how they handle injuries. And the Orioles have been beat up a little bit in the early going. J.J. Hardy just coming back. It's good to see Ryan Flaherty back on the field, but you have to be careful. You do not want this to be a lingering injury for him, because it can stay with him the whole year and something he's going to have to battle through. They avoided a near tragic injury with Adam Jones out on the center field wall. A great effort, and fortunately he's back in the lineup today. You keep your fingers crossed. You want these guys to play hard. You cannot play trying to avoid injury. You have to play the game the way they've been playing, hard and aggressive, and things will start to turn around. You know, you look at the team, though, J.J. Hardy, he was banged up, right, on the DL for as long as he was, and then all of a sudden, boom, right to a rehab assignment and a big game in yesterday's ball game. So back-to-back days where he's played, so you know his body's a little banged up as well. It's hard to just jump back right back into ball games after 5 weeks off. So, once again, unfortunately, a little bit short if Ryan Flaherty's on the bench today. But you keep battling through. You hope somebody steps up and comes up with a big hit, and that's what you rely on.
Ryan Flaherty will not be in the starting lineup. They just don't want to chance it. But Buck Showalter said he will be available to come off the bench if he is needed. Yankee Stadium is the site. Saturday afternoon, some baseball coming up when we come back. Is taken up high for a ball. Then we're underway here in game 3. It'll be Machado, Paredes, and Jones. Top of the order for the Orioles against the 25-year-old right-hander. He'll catch the outside corner with it for his strike. Orioles coming in with a 4-game losing streak. Chase Whitley trying to add to it.
Yeah, you see his pitch arsenal: 41% fastballs, a breaking ball 35%, and that changeup 24%. So does not over rely on the heater. Loves going to the off-speed pitches. Pretty good slider. You saw it there. And the changeup, quality change, .75 in his 2 starts. He's called up to replace Tanaka's spot in the rotation a couple weeks ago.
And up and after it. And that was way out of the strike zone. Manny Machado goes down swinging. Let's take a look at the rest of the game time temperature here on a kind of foggy day, brought to you by BGE Home. We are at 70 degrees to start the ball game. BGE Home is Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call on anyone else? A little cooler, actually. The night games have been. Here's the lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Brady's batting second, and then it will be Jones, Young, and Davis, Pierce, Hardy, De Aza, and Lavarnway. Brady's in the DH role, stays hot. He's got a 7-game hit streak coming into this ball game for the Orioles and continues to be their hottest hitter.
Yeah, really coming up with some big hits. Buck Showalter cannot keep his bat out of the lineup.
Shift on against him. Paredes will take the pitch, and he's gone. Holy moly. Couple of strikeouts by Whitley, who had 11 and 12 innings coming in.
Take a look at the Nissan pitch track, working away, and then dots a fastball in. Not an overpowering fastball, but location, location, location.
So Whitley makes quick work of the first 2 Orioles here in the first inning. Against the Orioles, he's got an 0-1 record, an ERA of over 14. It came in relief appearances, though, 3 of them. The Orioles have batted 13 out of 29 against him in the times he's appeared against the Orioles. Here is Adam Jones just taking a pitch here to try and make him work a little bit. A 1 strike count. Adam with a 1 for 9 so far in this series against the Yankees. On the year, though, hitting .300 against New York with a couple of home runs. Everybody's straight away on Jones. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him. Whitley gets it in, and there's a base hit. So Adam will extend the inning and force Whitley to have to throw a little more here with a 2-out single.
Take a look at the Yankees defense behind Whitley, Gardner, Ellsbury, and Young in the outfield. Drew and Perella up the middle. Headley and Teixeira on the corners. And the youngster Murphy behind the plate. He's 23 years old.
So 2 down and a runner on at first base for the Orioles. And here is Delman Young. Delman batting cleanup again today. He's had a 2 for 9 in the series. Delman's got a 4-game hit streak coming in and has put up some good numbers on the year against the Yankees in particular for Delman Young. During the hit streak, Delman Young has gone 4 for 14. 0-1 count, runner at first. Pitch will be taken inside, and the count will go to 1-1.
So not only has Delman Young been swinging it and finds himself in the 4-hole, but playing great defense. And a couple nice plays in yesterday's ball game. Really active out there.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Short lead Jones. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt. For Whitley against the Orioles, he's had 1 start and took the loss in that game. That was back in July of last year. He only worked 3 2/3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits in that ball game, and that's his career number against the Orioles. 0-1. Almost threw that away. Teixeira just saved an error on that pick.
Oh. That's the kind of stuff that gets overlooked. Potential game-changing plays that you're supposed to pick that. Whitley snaps over, quick snap throw to get Jones, but look at Teixeira with the big pick.
1-2 delivery on the way and struck out the side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. The Yankees lineup with some changes in it coming up. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Coons.com. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. New York City on kind of a damp, cool day. A lot of fog around the area all morning long. It'll be Ellsbury, Gardner, Young gets a start. Teixeira, Beltran, Perella, Headley, Drew, and Ryan Murphy will do the catching, and you notice A-Rod not in there. Last 6, Gardner, hot.
I'm going to take a look at Wei and Chen's pitch arsenal this season. The fastball 64% of the time. Very important pitch. Has to locate it against this Yankees lineup. The breaking ball and the change. See, 5 starts. Not a win yet this season for Chen, but 2.83 earned run average, holding opponents to that 216 batting average.
And Wei and Chen goes to work against the red-hot leadoff batter, Jacoby Ellsbury. 11-game hit streak for Ellsbury, up among the top 3 in leaders now in hit streaks at this point of the major league season. Up in the air, down the line, racing, and that'll be a foul ball. De Aza getting the start in left field at a long chase on that one.
I would have loved to come down with that one. Ellsbury at the top of this order. Incredible spark plug getting on base. Take a look at his highest career batting average versus Wei-Yin Chen, 438, just behind Pedroia and Butler. So Wei-Yin Chen's had his problems, and Ellsbury has been one of the best leadoff hitters in the game, riding an 11-game hit streak, stealing bases. So he could be trouble.
0-2 delivery on the way by Chen, and that will miss up high. This is where Chen wants to shut the Yankees down. They've been one of the best, in fact the best team first inning, getting leads, run differential, and hanging on to those leads. Pitch, check, swing, and just fouled that one off. He really didn't want to go around. Take a look at what they have done. The run differential in the first inning for the Yankees is the best in the majors at a +17. And when they score first, they've gone 15-3. That's an .833 win percentage for the Yankees when they get ahead. 1-2 delivery on the way by Chen. That'll be put over the air towards second base. Shortstop Hardy comes over, puts it away, and Ellsbury's retired.
Take a look at the Orioles defense behind Wei-Yin Chen this afternoon. De Aza, Jones, and Young in the outfield. Hardy and Pierce, the double play combination up the middle. Machado and Davis on the corners, and Ryan LaVarnway making his first start on this road trip.
A big out to get Ellsbury out of there, the leadoff batter. Not any easier is Brett Gardner. See the numbers he's had in this series. He's got a 3-game hit streak, and he's touched up Chen at a 333 clip, 5 for 15 with a home run against Wei-Yin Chen. Manny Machado moves in at third base, and the pitch will be taken for a ball. Chen, 2 wins, 4 losses, lifetime against the Yankees. He has faced them once this year at Camden Yards, non-decisioned in the ball game. 1-0 delivery. Did he go? Yep. Trip Gibson down to third base on the call. Against the Yankees in his second start, he worked 6 innings, 2 runs on 4 hits in that ball game, which the Yankees would ultimately win 6-5. Chen non-decisioned it. 1-1 delivery on the way to him. Breaking ball will miss.
Wei-Yin Chen, obviously with that low earned run average, has pitched well enough to get some wins on the board. His last 2 starts have been very good. Unfortunately, Orioles offense able to give him that support to get over the hump.
And that one is going to miss up. So a 3-ball, 1-strike count on Gardner. Young waiting on deck. Last 10 games for Gardner. Mighty solid numbers. Left-hander's 3-1 delivery to him, chopped towards second base. Pierce, who's playing second, makes the play. Gardner's retired, 2 down.
Nice job retiring 2 of the best leadoff men in the game. It's up 1-2 punch with Ellsbury and Gardner. And I think that's a key to this game, to be able to contain those 2.
Well, they are both among the top 10 in runs scored, so when they get on base, they've been crossing the plate. So you're right, you keep them off, you got a shot. Here is Young hitting in the number 3 spot. He has 1 hit off Wei-Yin Chen in 6 at bats, and that was a home run. Delivery to Young, and it'll be taken inside for a ball. Joe Girardi trying to get another right-handed bat into the lineup. Lefties have hit only .211 against Chen. Right-handers only .217. That's how tough he has been. That's a .216 overall batting average against Wei-Yin Chen.
Yeah, really impressive. You know, Wei-Yin's been working on that changeup this spring. Decided to throw the straight change. Looks just like his 4-seam fastball coming in. Not a lot of fade. Sells it with the good arm speed, and that's helped him keep that batting average down.
Young gets into the ball game because of his numbers against left-handers. He's hitting .429 with 3 home runs against lefties. Chen, though, with a couple of real good pitches, and the count goes to 2-2.
Well, you really like the way LaVarnway's working him right now. He's already brushed each hitter off the plate with his fastball, so moving the feet, not afraid to come in on both lefties or righties. He needs that quality location with the heater.
And that will hold the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chen has been a fly ball pitcher. 60% of the outs recorded in the air. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And that'll be ripped foul as Chen gets away with one there that stayed up, but high enough that he had to kind of tomahawk that pitch into foul territory.
Now Lavarnway wanting that one up under the armpits. Kind of an intentional pitch, trying to hit that up and in quadrant. He left it on the plate. Young put a pretty good 2-strike swing on it, just yanking it foul.
Shara batting in the cleanup spot, waiting if Young can get on. 2-2 delivery on the way. That ball put in the air to left field. Diaz is not going to get it. That'll take a bounce shy of the warning track. Into second base goes Young. Throw in will not be in time. Another 2-strike hit for the Yankees and a double for Young.
Chris Young's 7th double, and the Yankees a lot of firepower with 2 outs. And here 2 strikes and 2 outs, and Young finds a hole down that left field line. Get himself in the scoring position. A good piece of hitting on a good fastball on the inside part of the plate. Didn't get a lot of wood on it, but when it finds that outfield grass, it's a good thing.
So Young is now 5 for 13 against the Orioles this year. And Mark Teixeira will get the first RBI chance of the game against Wei Chen. 2 for 8 and a home run lifetime off the left-hander. Pierce will hold the runner at second a bit. Chen worried about the hitter, and the pitch is a strike to Mark Teixeira. First 2 games of this series, Yankees have gone 5 for 17 with runners in scoring position. They are a team ranked 9th in that department in the American League. Teixeira waiting on it, and will take the pitch up and in. Teixeira has not done well in this department so far, hitting only 172 with runners in scoring position this year. Really low number even this early for Teixeira. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that's their first strike. Teixeira turns quickly as he snaps his head back at Brian Gorman, the home plate umpire.
A real good pitch. Nice angle, downhill angle from Wei Chen. Down and in, perfect spot.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Runner off second base. Teixeira slow roller. This is where Wei Chen has yet another unbelievable number against him this year with runners in scoring position. 0-9-1. Opponents are 2 for 22 with a runner in scoring position in his previous 5 starts.
Well, really bearing down, making some good pitches. That's all about minimizing the damage. Chen's been able to do that very well.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Teixeira will take it. Not that far off the plate, but will miss inside. And that'll even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yankees already starting that, upping the pitch count against the opposing pitcher. 22 thrown here in the first inning. You're trying to get out of there with about 16. 2-2 delivery. Teixeira will follow back.
And Chen has been efficient in that regard. This is one of the toughest lineups in the game as far as working starting pitchers. They all love to see pitches. Just about everybody in their lineup, top in the league, of seeing a lot of pitches thrown. They'll be patient, wait for something good to hit.
2-2 on Teixeira. Young off second base. Big secondary lead for him. Teixeira rips it foul. Get out of the way of that. Fortunately, it goes into the tarp and not into the seats. And it will stay at 2-2.
Be careful living up there around the belt in the heart of this order. Teixeira, 10 home runs, not a lot of average this season. The typical slow start, but has done some damage with the power numbers.
283 lifetime hitter against the Orioles. Teixeira, he's had 24 career home runs. 120th game that Teixeira has played against the Orioles. On the Yankees, only A-Rod has more, a lot more, at 235. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Young walking his way off second base. 2-2 delivery. Teixeira will take it. Good stop made by Lavarnway, and the count is full, 3-2. So many times against these Yankees, Mike, as a pitcher, you think you got it in hand. You got a 2-strike, you got a 1-2, and the next thing you know, it's 3-2.
Well, great patience. These are all veteran guys. They've seen this. They know what pitchers are trying to do to them. You really have to execute quality pitches to get them out, and they love working the count full.
3-2 on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Chen's going to win the battle. Play made by Pierce. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base, 1 complete, and no score. $500 for being selected. You get $500 more for every Orioles home run hit today. Play Baseball Bucks Scratch House, win up to $50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/baseball. The Orioles in that 4-game losing streak, the second such streak they have had this year. All of last year, they only had 3 streaks where they lost 4 consecutive games. The Orioles come in 3 below 500 for the second time this year, 12-15, 5.5 behind the Yankees. Chris Davis leading it off. Davis with an 0 for 8 in the first 2 games of this set. Davis, Pierce, and Hardy against Chase Whitley. 0-1 delivery, fouled off.
Davis some troubles with the strikeout this season, but still holding on to those good power numbers. He's very dangerous when he steps in the box. Really puts some pressure on both the defense and a starting pitcher. Always shifted around.
Whitley's had his problems with left-handers during his career. His career numbers: 326 for lefties, 273 for right-handers. Those are big numbers both ways, but especially for left-handers. 1 ball, 2-strike delivery on the way. Hard to tell this year because Whitley's not had enough innings pitched. He's only worked 13 innings, including the one here today, and it's only his 3rd start, so his numbers this year are kind of meaningless. 2 ball, 2-strike delivery on the way. Davis will take it, and it will miss down low.
Well, sometimes really hard for right-handed pitchers to work on lefties if they don't have a good change, something that can work down and away to the left-handed hitter. And Whitley does have a really nice change. There it is there.
Davis reaching for it, whips the bat around and fouls it off. And the 3-2 count will continue on Chris.
So Whitley still learning, young pitcher, 25 years old. Had some couple opportunities last season.
Whitley's delivery to him and walked him. Well, the Orioles will take that one, a leadoff walk. Orioles are going to return home to Oriole Park on Monday to begin a stretch that includes 17 at home over the next 21 days. First up, 3-game series against the Jays. Tuesday, don't miss Ollie's Bargain Night. Presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. All upper reserves only $10 when purchased in advance. Get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Orioles leadoff man Chris Davis on. Here's Pierce getting the start at second base. He will take the pitch for a strike. As a 1-for-3 in the at-bats he's had in this series. He's faced Whitley before and gone 0-for-3. 0-1 delivery on the way. Slider that's going to miss up, probably away as well. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Now, Orioles hitters really going to have to get used to that off of Whitley. Over half of his pitches, either breaking ball or changeup variety, does not get overexposed with his fastball. It's not an overpowering fastball by any means.
As a starter for Whitley, his record is 4-3 at the major league level, 15th career start. Well, the 25-year-old getting this opportunity. The Yankees are hopeful Tanaka is going to get back even quicker than they originally thought. Joe Girardi likes the way he's progressing, throwing a long toss now and hard. Pierce tried to step into that. Ball rode up and in on him in a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Yankees are living with some important home runs and a pitching staff that's got the best ERA in the American League. 2-2 delivery on the way, fouled off. Their starters are ranked 5th. Their bullpen is ranked 3rd in earned run average in the AL. That is yet another one of those numbers that at the beginning of the year you could have gotten a lot of money if you'd have made the bet.
Yeah, there were a lot of question marks with this Yankees team. I think age is something that they're most worried about. Are they going to be able to stay healthy? And then Tanaka back on the shelf.
Well, back again. You saw Larry Rothschild over there, who's really having to do a coaxing job with his pitching staff, even with the likes of veteran CC Sabathia, trying to figure out how to use him, how to rest him, how to get him in games, keep him available for the whole year. More and more of that goes on with pitching coaches in this day and age, where the starters just don't have the endurance that starters of the past used to have. 2-2, and he got him. Probably out of the strike zone. That's 4 strikeouts now for Chase Whitley.
Yeah, got away with one there. I mean, the goal, I think, of this Orioles offense is get him elevated up in the zone, very hittable. And you see by the pitch track, a little slider just kind of spinning up there at the top of the zone. Maybe looked too good to Steve Pierce.
And that will bring up J.J. Hardy. J.J.'s had a 1-for-7. His return, first games of the season coming here in this New York series, back at short. Taking a long look at Bobby Dickerson down to third. Chris Davis isn't going to try and steal a base over there. 1-0 count. Outfield deep on Hardy. And the pitch, a strike. You get some idea of the difference between the center fielders in this game, Ellsbury and Jones. Now, Ellsbury's got great speed, but he plays a more traditional center field. He's back there where you would normally be. We'll look at Adam Jones, and you can compare where Adam plays a good deal more in. And Davis back to the bag.
Well, some of the greatest center fielders in the game play in because they have that great ability to get a good first step. Adam Jones, former infielder, has infield-like feet, almost comes set like an infielder, so his feet are active, and he's able to get them working for him quick.
Ball up in the air to left field. Gardner. 2 down. So Hardy out of there. Davis remains at first base. And Alejandro De Aza gets back in the lineup for the Orioles in this ball game. De Aza had a game against the Mets here in New York where he went 1-for-3. This is going to be his first appearance in this series against the Yankees. It's a ballpark De Aza's loved to hit in, a .321 average in this ballpark, and he's had 3 home runs, and he's had a substantial number of at-bats, 53, to give meaning to the numbers.
Well, they would love De Aza to get hot again, kind of going through a little cold spell. Started off swinging the bat very well and could be an impact player at the top of this Orioles lineup, but bats kind of gone cold for him.
Whitley's able to get that one in there. He's had only 8 at bats so far in May, and this is May 9. He's gone 1 for 8 this month. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Walk given to Davis, leadoff batter. He's on at first base. Orioles have not been able to move him around. Lavarnway is on deck. 1-1 delivery by Whitley, and that'll be hacked back on the third base side. 1-2.
Well, you kind of get an idea of what Whitley's trying to do. Just mix up his pitches. He'll throw his breaking ball changeup at any time. He'll throw it early for a strike. But just to keep hitters off balance, he'll move the location in and out and the speeds throughout this ball game.
1-2 delivery on the way. That one down to left. Gardner back. Turned around and finds it. And that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Beltran will lead it off for the Yankees when we come back. Time later in our ball game today, brought to you by Miller Lite. Coming into this weekend of games around the American League, Yankees have the 3-game lead over Tampa Bay. Toronto's 4 out. Boston and the Orioles 5.5. Detroit's got a half-game lead over KC, 2 over Minnesota in the Central. And how about Houston? 5-game lead over the Angels. Finally did lose the ball game last night. Pitch will be gone after and fouled off as Carlos Beltran comes up swinging. Switch hitter. Couple of hits, 8 at bats in the series.
He's looking for his first home run of the season.
That one is just popped up second base, and Pierce will come in and put it away. So a couple of pitches and an out. Next weekend, the Orioles take on the Angels, 3-game series on Sunday. The first 10,000 female fans 15 and over at the 1:35 game receive the Orioles wristlet presented by PNC Bank. Good seats remain, but won't last. Get out to the ballpark or the Orioles during the homestand. That's Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD for tickets. Jose Pirela. Pirela's gone 0 for 3 in the game he appeared in this series. He will take the strike. Yankees on the year have won 5 and lost 4 against left-handed starters. Up and away, 1-1. Pirela's only had 4 at-bats against lefties since joining the Yankees. Getting playing time at second base. Drew, who has played second base, is playing short in this one. Didi Gregorius getting the day off, as is A-Rod, at least as starters. 1-1 delivery, lashed to the gap in right center field. Jones over. Yankees get their second hit, this one with 1 down. Take a look at our who's hot and who's not chart.
There it is. Manny Machado, he has been red hot. Last 11 games, .371 batting average, couple home runs, 2 doubles, 3 RBI. Last night he had 3 hits in the ball game. Headley for the Yankees, he's not doing very well. Last 3 games, 1 for 12. That's an .083 batting average with a couple strikeouts. Looking for more offense out of Headley's bat.
Headley up at the plate, pitch taken inside. Celebrate the season with the American Standard All-Star event. Visit MidAtlanticComfort.com for amazing rebate and financing opportunities. Headley has gone 1 for 3 lifetime against Chen. Only 175 off lefties so far this year. 1-0 delivery, and that'll be fouled back. He took a big cut at that one.
Well, he sure did. Wei-Yin Chen has got to be a little bit better with the fastball command right now. Leaving a couple pitches on the plate. He's trying to get inside. Wei-Yin typically very efficient with his delivery and doesn't overthrow. When he does, that's when he leaves mistakes on the plate.
That one watched away by Headley.
Well, here in the early going, I mean, we haven't seen this from Wei-Yin Chen. Typically, he'll establish the fastball and then start going to his breaking ball mix. But a lot of changeups here in the early going. Trying to keep hitters off balance with the back and forth speed changes.
2-1 delivery on the way to him. Foul back. Runner on at first base. Perella with 1 away here in the second inning. No score in this ball game. Just taking a look, we're only at May 9 of the season, but to go through the regulars numbers offensively, hitters are already past the regular hitters who are in every day, have passed the 100 at bat mark. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that's fouled off. You figure you're going to get 550 as some kind of a number for guys who play every day, maybe 600 at bats.
Yeah.
But you've already passed 100 at bats.
And that makes hitters feel good because until you get 100 at bats, your average fluctuates so quickly. You get a couple of hits and you're feeling good about yourself, and then you have 2 games where you don't get a hit and your average disappears.
40 points.
Until it starts slowing down, get more at bats under your belt.
2-2. He tried to wait on that off-speed delivery, ends up fouling it back. You feel good if you're hitting well and have a good average. If you're hitting 220, you might not feel so good with 100 at bats.
No, you sure don't.
Because it's going to take a lot longer to get it up there.
A little bit harder to get it up there, yeah.
Adam, of course, is very happy at 100 or whatever it might be. Adam Jones has had 104 at bats so far in the year, and of course, great numbers. He had to pull the arms in a little bit, so he didn't get all of it. De Aza started back. It'll come back in towards the infield. Headley is retired, 2 down. Perella remains on at first base, and that will bring Drew to the plate. Drew starting at shortstop, as we said. 2 away and a runner on. Drew has gone 3 for 10 off Wei-Yin Chen in his career. Good left-handed numbers. 318 off lefties and 129 off right-handers. That ball will be fouled off. Those are the kind of numbers where you got to know some in-depth information about a hitter or who he's facing or something to explain. Because it's, as they say, against the book, whatever that is.
Right, exactly. You would think have a little bit better numbers against the righties.
0-1 count. Shift is on against him. Chen with a look over and delivers a strike on the inside corner, and the count 0-2. Well, Chen accomplished one thing. He got through the first inning without giving the Yankees a run. And as we mentioned at the time, that matters. That's where they have that great run differential we showed you, and it prevents them from getting that very early lead in a ball game. 0-2 the count. Drew waiting on it. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pretty tantalizing pitch, though.
Yeah, nice fastball. Good location on the last 2 fastballs. Thrown him exactly where he wants, down in the zone. And working in and out.
1-2 delivery. Reached for it and fouls it back. Brian Gorman is working behind the plate in this ball game, and historically for Brian, from the great family of umpires, it will tend to be an umpire who's going to favor the pitchers. And if you go by the charts that are run on umpires by teams, he's up there near the top of giving pitchers the benefit of the doubt on calls. 1-2 will be a look over to first. Perel's made no attempt to take off from first base. Chen's only had one stolen base against him. Base stealers 1 for 1. LaVarnway behind the plate hasn't had many chances, throwing out 1 of 3. 1 ball, 2 strike count, and the delivery to him put up in the air to right field. Not deep into the shift. Pierce is there. And that's actually the second baseman who's going to haul that in. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 2 done here in New York. No score. Rockies closer John Axford and his 2-year-old son Jameson twice bitten by a rattlesnake in spring training. Doctors said the worst bites they'd ever seen. He is recovering. He's in the wheelchair. He threw it out. His brother jumped out in front of Dad, then gave the ball back. The 3-year-old JB, his mom Nicole, had wheeled him out. How about that for a special moment at the ballpark? John Axford said, "My life is okay."
Oh, boy, what a sentimental moment right there. Nice to be able to put a smile on his son's face. They've been going through some tough times dealing with the snake bites.
Imagine, he's going to have skin grafts.
Unbelievable.
They're not sure how long that the effects of that on his body are going to be. We wish him all the best. Great shot from last night. Here is Ryan LaVarnway. LaVarnway, Machado, and Paredes will be due up. Goes after the first pitch. Got a lot of it towards the gap left center field. Gardner's there. Pitch and an out. When the Orioles win, everyone wins. And when the Orioles win and score 5 or more runs, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com by entering promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Valid at participating Baltimore area Papa John's. One down here in the 3rd inning. Manny Machado, strikeout victim, his first time up.
See Whitley staying true to form with just 41% fastballs.
Taking that pitch, even though he kind of nonchalantly squared around, and an 0-1 count. Whitley's pitch count 36. That's a swing. On plate umpire Brian Gorman will make the call on his own. 0-2.
That's the good changeup that Whitley possesses. When it's down in the zone, really good fade action.
Back him off, and then throw that slider in the outside corner.
Probably. That's it. Up and in, down and away, right? Right by the book.
History of baseball. 1-2 pitch. Came back inside. and missed. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Manny trying to get his first hit off Whitley. 0 for 4. A couple of hits for the Yankees, 1 for the Orioles on the board here in the 3rd inning. 2-2. The 3 ball, 2 strike count.
Not giving him that low strike there. Good fastball. Down by the knees. Manny not flinching on it. Gorman giving it to Manny.
And the 3-2 delivery. 78 miles an hour of movement. He has struck him out twice.
Well, didn't show him the slider the whole at bat. It was fastball change, but finishes him up with a nice little wrinkle there. 78 miles an hour on the outside corner. Get Manny out in front.
So a couple of quick outs. Paredes coming up, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Whitley's only 1 shy of his career high in strikeouts, 6. That ball's drilled way back in right field, taking a long look up. Young, and goodbye home run. And Jimmy Paredes continues. Absolutely stunned with his offense. That is his 5th home run of the season. His 15th RBI, and the Orioles are on the board 1-0.
Paredes such a dangerous hitter. So many big hits last year for the Orioles, and just riding a tremendous wave of confidence. Felt good all the way through spring training. Buck Showalter wanted that bat in the lineup, and now he's got it, and he can't get it out of the lineup. Paredes on fire.
Jumped on that one. That's $500 for Ian Johnson, our Maryland lottery contestant. Every home run hit, 500. Congratulations, Ian. So at 2 down, the Orioles take a 1-0 lead. First home run Whitley has surrendered this year. Here's Adam Jones, base hit his first time up. He'll go after the first pitch and foul it back.
Take a look at Jimmy Paredes' swing here, setting up away, and the fastball stays in the middle of the plate. He drops the head and gets full extension. Nice finish, and he knows it off the bat. Beautiful swing, great bat speed from Paredes.
His 2nd career home run here at Yankee Stadium. 0-1 delivered to Jones. Adam will take it inside for a ball. Paredes, of course, homered in the opening game in the 1st inning here at Yankee Stadium. So a couple in this series for him. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Orioles continue to run up the solo shots we were talking about last night. That's the last 7 home runs hit by the Orioles have come with nobody on.
And they need a crooked number. Home run.
1-2 delivery to Jones, down to 3rd. Headley. That will retire the side, but the Orioles get on the board. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors and nobody left. Jimmy Paredes, an 8-game hit streak, and that gives the Orioles the lead. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Royal Farms. Royal Farms world famous chicken and western fries, made fresh, never frozen. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms. Gary Thorne and Mike Mordick here at Yankee Stadium, and the Orioles have the 1-0 lead. Wei and Chen will work to 9-1-2 in the order. John Ryan Murphy coming up, doing the catching, making his first appearance in the series. 23 years old, out of Bradenton, Florida. Next city north of the Orioles spring training home in Sarasota. Bradenton, of course, where the Pirates have spring training. Foul back over the screen. Murphy's had a couple of appearances with the Yankees over the last 2 years. 32 games last year, 16 the year before. .252 hitter at the major league level. Away 1-1.
Yeah, it seems like being groomed to take over that #1 spot one day. Just 23 years old. Second-round pick back in 2009. And already some experience at the major league level. Rated one of the top catching prospects back when he was signed.
1-2 delivery to him. He went around on it. That'll be the first strikeout for Wei and Chen. And one down in the bottom of the third inning.
Utilizing the top of the zone. You see LeVar Wei's glove riding high, and there he goes, executing it perfectly. Gets him with the underwater hack.
That'll bring Ellsbury up top of the order. He popped out his first time up. Ellsbury and then Gardner. 7 for 17 now off Chen, and the pitch taken away for a ball. Ellsbury's just hit everybody this year. He came in .389 versus left-handers and .350 off right-handers. Machado on the grass at third. Fouled off the other way. Orioles anxious to get back home. Trip made longer, of course, by the games that got transferred from Baltimore to Tampa. 1-1 delivery, and that is in there for a strike.
Way in, and he'll take that low call fastball strike there. And that is a quality spot to work. Down and away to the lefty.
1-2, and then he goes up and gets him to go after that. So 2 strikeouts here in the third.
Way in. That's the exploding fastball trick. Just 91 miles an hour, but the easy delivery. The ball looks good, but the extra life through the top of the zone. Back-to-back Ks. Riding it high.
2 down for Gardner. Brett Gardner grounded out his first time up. Orioles finish off the road trip tomorrow. 12:30 O's extra. 1 o'clock for the ball game here in New York. Bud Norris, Michael Pineda will be the scheduled starters. And then homeward bound. Be interesting to see if there's any carryover from what went on in Toronto, as the Blue Jays will be in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all night games. A lot of chirping went on between the 2 ball clubs in the games in Toronto. They'll have a day off Thursday. Then the Angels will be in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Another day off following that. And Seattle will be in for 3. All part of the upcoming homestand for the Orioles. Gardner and a breaking ball away. 1-2.
Gardner really shortens everything up when he gets to 2 strikes now. Still a pretty healthy hack, but not a lot of movement with the lower half. He keeps the upper body still, tries to track the ball as long as possible.
1-2, big inning for Chen. He strikes the side out. His 3 Ks in the game coming here in the third. It's 1-0 O's. Francisco, first city in the nation to outlaw chewing tobacco from playing fields, including AT&T Park and all the public areas. In fact, the ban won't start till January. Dodgers and Rockies game was delayed, so what did the guys do? Both clubhouses started tweeting. They played tic-tac-toe during the rain delay. They ended up in a tie. First 6 weeks, White Sox have had 2 games rained out, 1 suspended, an unplayable field, and 2 games lost. Civil unrest in Baltimore. They've got a doubleheader today, and they're going to play 3 of them. That one is right back to the mound. What a squibber that was. Played over by Whitley, and Delman Young is retired. White Sox with 3 doubleheaders between now and July 17th. That's more than you usually have in the entire year.
Yeah, sometimes really tough to recover from those doubleheaders. Better be ready in the minor leagues.
Chris Davis coming up. Whitley waiting as his teammates deploy to the shift in the infield. Davis drew a walk, the only one surrendered by Whitley. 1-2-0 for the Orioles, 0-2-0 for the Yankees. That ball is drilled and way back, and goodbye, home run. Almost the same place Paredes hit his. And Davis gets the long ball, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead, his 7th of the year.
And the Yankees fans are going to give him their ball back. That's nice. That's how you beat the shift, Chris Davis. 5 guys on the right side of the field, and he hits it over their head. 7th home run of the year.
Our Maryland lottery contestant very happy. Ian Johnson, that's another $500. $500 for being selected, and you've made another $1,000 on 2 home runs hit in the ball game by the O's. Here's Steve Pearce, one away. Hit him right in the back. And that will be the first hit batter by Whitley this year.
Take a look at Chris Davis's home run swing. Once again, setting up a way for the fastball, ends up in the middle of the plate. This one elevated a couple inches higher than Paredes, but ball ends up in the same spot in the stands over the right field fence.
So Davis and Paredes providing the solo shots to give the Orioles the 2-0 lead. Chris Davis getting his 5th career home run here at Yankee Stadium. Now Pearce on. Here's Hardy. Hardy will take the slider away for a ball. Orioles have used that long ball all season to account for a lot of their runs. Orioles came in 5th in the American League in home runs. They've hit 36 now on the year. 1-0 on the outside corner, 1-1.
And another solo home run. Talk about they had 1 or 2 guys on base with all these solo home runs they've been hitting. They've certainly put more runs on the board.
Pearce back to the bag.
One of the goals that Dan Duquette has talked about since he came aboard is, higher on base percentage, because he knew that this team had the power potential and has for a number of years now. The goal, just get guys on base and then hit those long balls.
Another off-speed delivery tailing away from J.J. Hardy. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Nelson Cruz, the leader in homers with 14. Teixeira is tied with Ramirez. Hanley Ramirez with 10 for second. Hardy with a 1-2. Going back out there again, missing. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Whitley had not given up a home run through the first 14 innings pitched this year, and has given up 1 in each of the last 2. 2-2. Hardy turns on it, foul.
Another changeup. Steady diet of off-speed pitches, couple sliders in a row, then the changeup inside. They look like they're trying to get JJ on that outside corner. In the first 4 pitches down and away, that changeup leaks inside. See if they go back to attacking away.
2-2 pitch in the air to center. Ellsbury. 2 down. Pearce back to first. Spend your Memorial Day afternoon at Oriole Park. The Birds will be taking on the surprising Astros. A Monday, May 25, game 135. First 20,000 fans 15 and over get the Stars and Stripes patterned Orioles barbecue apron. Celebrate the unofficial start of summer with a great afternoon. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. That's Memorial Day, May 25. He'll be there. Here's Alejandro Diaz, flied out first time up in the dirt for a ball.
Nice block right there by Murphy. Keeping it in front. Steve Pearce on first base after getting hit in the back with the changeup. A good opportunity to be able to advance on a ball in the dirt. Put a little pressure on this team.
Whitley's 1-0 delivery to him. Over the top. Another one of those off-speed pitches. And the count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, getting some real good movement on that changeup. Down in the bottom of the zone, almost like a split finger type look. We've seen some go straight down and others kind of fade away from the lefties and into the righty.
1-1 pitch. 2-1. Do you grill a lot?
Yeah, I like grilling.
You like grilling?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to grill?
Hamburgers, I guess.
Yeah, hamburgers.
Chicken, steak. Why do you ask, Gary?
Well, it was Memorial Day, and I was just thinking about grilling outdoors. Memorial Day, start of summer, and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
2-1 delivery on the way, foul back.
Are you going to get me that apron for Father's Day?
I am. Actually, I'm going to give it to your wife before you do, because I know that'll be your Mother's Day gift. I'm sure you've taken care of Mother's Day because it is tomorrow.
Well, got like an IOU. You know that little pocket purse we've been advertising for the 17th of May?
Yes. Well, the wristlet.
The little wristlet? Yeah.
Wristlet, yeah. She'll love that. That is fouled off. Your wife has one of the all-time great Mother's Day collections of items. Anything given away at Camden Yards over the last 20 years?
Yeah, she has some good stuff. Collector's items.
Yeah, could say that. Or hoarders. Back to the bag goes Pierce. You have to do what I do. I just say, send me a picture of what it is. That's your gift. That takes care of it. Pierce drawing Whitley's attention here, 2-2. Two down, Pierce not running, and that ball down the line. That one's going into the corner, and goodbye, home run, another one. And there is a homer with somebody on base. Alejandro Diaz, a 2 RBI shot. Pierce will commit ahead of him, and the Orioles extend their lead 4-0, all coming on homers.
Finally, somebody on base. Pierce getting hit in the back after the Chris Davis home run. And Diaza picking up his 3rd home run of the season. And a big one to create a little space between the O's and the Yankees.
Ian Johnson is doing somersaults on the couch. Our Maryland lottery contestant. That's another $500. The Orioles having 3 home runs in the ball game. Here's Ryan Lavarnway, and he'll take it for a ball.
Take a look at Diaza's home run. A little changeup down at the bottom, and he catches it out in front. It's fooled a little bit, but keeps the bat head through the zone. Catches it on the good part of the wood. Short porch over there in right field. 314 right down the line. Diaza takes advantage of that.
Lavarnway went around on it on the check swing. 4 home runs here in New York for Diaza. And the Orioles get a solo shot by Davis. Pierce hit by a pitch, the next batter. And then Diaza delivers a homer with 2 down. The Orioles have 4 runs and 4 hits. Lavarnway flied out his first time up. and the pitch will be inside to him. 2 ball, 1 strike count. And as the Orioles hit the home runs, the fog starts to melt away and a little sun starting to show here in the Bronx. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to miss outside. Could get a bit skittish about the strike zone if you're Whitley after the couple of home runs here in 1 inning. Barnway trying to get on and turn the order over with Manny Machado on deck at the top. 3-1 delivery on the way. That'll be grounded to the hole. Great stop made. Headley. His throw is going to be in time. Barnway robbed of a hit right there. But a big inning for the Orioles as they will come away with the 3 runs. Davis getting the solo shot, his 7th of the year, and then De Aza with a runner on, his 3rd home run. 4-0 Orioles. Wide, Miller Lite.
Well, Brady's hits a home run in the top of the 3rd inning, bottom of the 3rd inning. Wei and Chen looking to close the door, get this offense back in. Ellsbury chasing the high fastball there. Murphy went down on the high fastball. Tried 3 times in a row. How about Gardner chasing the high fastball as well? 3 straight punch-outs to preserve that 1-0 lead, and then the Orioles come right back now. 4-0 O's.
Chen looking for that first win in his 6th start. Young up and will take the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Chris Young batting 3rd, doubled in the 1st inning and was stranded. That ball into the shift goes to Pierce. Long throw, and he will get the out. Be sure to text Masson's word of the day, iron, to 29292 for your chance for a win meet and greet with Adam Jones. That's iron, 29292 for your chance to win with Masson. Iron applying to Adam after a collision with that wall with the bullpen last night. Still out there today starting a game. Ground ball, that's going to go to 3rd base to Shera. Retired by Machado, 2 down. The Yankees look like they may be willing to give this game up right now.
Yeah, swinging early in the count. Kind of uncharacteristic of the Yankees, especially after a long inning. Helping Wei and Chen out. Took it out. Retired 9 of the last 10 batters. Aggressive in the strike zone.
2 down, nobody on. Beltran up, takes the first strike. And the Yankees know they're not going to have the back end of their bullpen available today. Betances and Miller both would not pitch unless it's an emergency. Ground ball going to 3rd. Manny Machado is up with it. Wei and Chen says thank you very much. Another 1-2-3 inning. He has now retired to 8 in a row. The Orioles have a 4-0 lead. Paul Masson sponsor, University of Maryland, University College. Way back to 1871, believe it or not, it was Esteban Enrique Steve BAL AT NYA became the first Hispanic player in a major league game out of Cuba. 21 years old, he played for the Troy Haymakers of the National Association against the Boston Red Stockings on this date. And in 1971, 43,000 plus to Memorial Stadium for an unscheduled doubleheader with the record walk-up crowd of 31,626. Largest walk-up crowd ever in Baltimore history. If you get 10,000 walk-ups, that's a lot. 31,000. And the A's beat the Orioles twice, 6-2, 2-1. Here's Manny Machado, goes the other way, and he's got a base hit. That goes into the corner. Young over to get it. Manny wants two. Young bobbles it. Manny will get two easily. So Machado is on here in the fifth inning with a leadoff double for the Orioles. And Whitley getting touched up.
Manny staying red hot, using the whole field. This is a beautiful swing. Fastball on the outer third. Backs it up, stays on it, taking that bat head right to the ball. Nice swing from Machado.
Orioles' fifth hit puts another runner in scoring position and brings Paredes up, who delivered a home run or an RBI with that homer in the third. Ground ball will move the runner up. Pirela will make the play at first base, so a productive out with a runner now at third and one out. The Orioles host the White Sox, a special single admission doubleheader Thursday, May 28th at 4:05. Tickets for the originally scheduled Monday game, April 27, will be valid for this twin bill. Additional tickets are available but won't last long. Enjoy the two games for the price of one. Tickets 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. That's the doubleheader. It was going to be a day off. May 28. We were just talking about that kind of a doubleheader that drew that big crowd at Memorial Stadium. The infield's going to move in, one down. Adam Jones a single, and he is grounded out. And it hit him. So Whitley, who had not hit a batter coming into this, has hit two. He hadn't given up any home runs. He's given up three.
You got Pierce with the changeup. Adam Jones with that fastball. And take a look. Unfriendly foes for Chase Whitley against the American League East. He's had 14 games, 6 starts with a 6.98 earned run average. The rest of Major League Baseball very comfortable. 3-0 record, 2.76 earned run average in the East, raking him with that 3.43 batting average. The Orioles adding on to those numbers right now.
Delman Young could not hold up on it. He will take a strike. Young has had an 0 for 2 in this one. 2 for 11 in the series. Runners at first and third, only one away. Infield will play for the double play. 0-1 pitch down low. Young an 8 for 19. It's a .421 average with runners in scoring position. And even though the Orioles have 4 runs across, this is the first inning where they've had a runner in scoring position. Whitley's 1-1 delivery, outside slider. 2-1 to Young. Well, the Orioles have a chance in this 4-game set. Win today, win tomorrow. You come out 2-2.
Yeah.
Like to have done better, but you still got a chance to do that, and maybe a 4-5 road trip.
Well, we've talked about the similarities between last season's 2-month start and this season's start. I think the Orioles just wanting to kind of keep their head above water first couple months. Such a long season. So many things can happen. But you don't want to play yourself out of contention at the beginning of the season. So trying to keep things as consistent as possible, right around 500 until your team really starts to click.
And a base hit for Young. So he will pick up an RBI. As Manny Machado will score. Give a little credit to Paredes, who used his at bat to advance him. Young's got a single, a run batted in, and the Orioles increase their lead to 5-0.
I like that, the ability to manufacture a run. Manny Machado at the top of the inning and the top of the order starting things off. But here's Delmon Young coming up with the big base hit. Single through the 5-6 hole. And then able to walk home and increase this lead to 5-0.
Orioles 5 runs on 6 hits off Whitley. Larry Rothschild is out to have a word with his starter. Bullpen's been used so much. Yankees would like to coax Whitley through a little more of this ball game. Runners at first and second. Davis, home run his last time up, getting his 7th of the year. He's also drawn a walk. First hit for Chris in this series, as he's now 1 for 9.
You see Chris Davis's home run there, his second plate appearance in his power zone. And you want to try to stay away from the big red circle in the middle of the plate, and that was about as bullseye as you can get. And Chris Davis made him pay.
Look back. Jones, who'd been hit by a pitch on at second base. Been a tough couple of games for Adam. 0-1 count. 2 strikes on Davis. Buck Showalter was asked about Adam Jones. Where's the bruise? Where's it hurt? He said, well, we really don't want to talk too much about that. Adam doesn't either. So you're going to go to the hockey reference. It's an upper body injury.
Yeah. The whole upper body.
That's probably true. Shift on, the 0-2 delivery on the way. That'll bounce. Runners stay. Good play again by Murphy to hold that ball in front of him. Keep Jones at second base.
And you got to like it too. Adam Jones telling Buck Showalter he wasn't even explaining to him about where anything hurt. He was upset that he didn't come down with that ball.
Thought he should have made the catch.
Yeah, great effort. Deep in center field.
Runners off first and second. Still only 1 away. 1-2 delivered to Davis. Just we'll watch a pitch roll inside on it. There is Jason Shreve, who is up in the bullpen. Girardi with limited options as far as bullpen availability today. Long look and a 2-2 delivery, and Davis goes the other way. Gardner. Jones will tag, force the throw, but he's not going to go anywhere. Davis out of there, and there are 2 down. Here's our PNC minor league report.
Pedro Biedo. A lot of Orioles fans may know him. He was a first-round pick for the O's back in 2006. Never made it to the big leagues with the Orioles, but did spend some time with the Mets, the Red Sox, and the Braves. Well, the Orioles picked him up for that added depth in the minor leagues. 3-1 in AAA Norfolk with a 1.10 earned run average, 11 punch-outs and the 6 walks. You see opponents hitting .271. So big kid, right-handed pitcher, 6'6". And they're happy he's off to a good start in AAA.
Here's a strikeout, hit by a pitch, scored a run down to third. Headley bobbles. Pierce charging. But gets it there in time to record the out. Orioles, however, are going to add a run. They will do it on a couple of hits, and as a result, have a 5-0 lead.
Second inning, Paredes gets his 5th home run, a solo shot bullet over the right field wall, and then Chris Davis smacking a solo shot as well. Orioles power numbers starting to go up, but that's the 24th solo home run of the year. We need some men on. Well, De Aza answers that question. It's a 2-run shot, 3 home runs on the day for the Orioles. Looks like this offense is coming around. Remember, Geico 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
So Wei Chen, after his first win, working here in the 5th inning, and a strike on the outside corner. Jose Perella at the plate. Perella base hit in the 2nd inning. The Yankees have only 2 hits. Young got a 2-out double in the 1st, and Perella's 1-out single. Comebacker, Chen, quick, got him. Fired one over there. Take a look at our Jeep inside the numbers.
The lowest earned run average without a win. Wei Chen coming into this ballgame, a .283 earned run average. See Billy O'Dell at 3.18. Jeff Ballard at 3.27 and no wins back in 1990. Bertana 3.32 and no wins. And the great Robin Roberts, he even started slow. Well, a very low earned run average back in 1963 at 3.34. I'll tell you what, there is some good news, though, for Wei Chen when you talk about that. It's nice to have a low earned run average, but every one of those pitchers we just mentioned, O'Dell, Bertana, Roberts, and Ballard, all but one of them, their earned run averages, believe it or not, went down, continued to go down, so pitched very well. Ballard, the only one, ended up having a very rough season that year, going 2-11 with a 4.93 earned run average.
Yeah, Chen deserves better in the 5 starts that he's had. He's had ball games that have been 3 1-run games, 1 2-run ball game, and the other against Boston where he took the loss 7-1 score, and the Red Sox beat the Orioles, but they've been close ball games. Chen with a 2-ball 1-strike count here on Headley. Headley flied out to left his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. Headley collects it with 1 away here in the 5th. Yankees' 3rd hit of the game. This past February, the Orioles served as the mission engagement chair of the American Heart Association's 2015 Baltimore Heart Ball. Together, the Orioles and the event chair, SunTrust, raised more than $679,000 for cardiovascular disease research and education programs. Orioles thank Care First, the Economic Alliance of Greater Baltimore, and the Horseshoe Casino. Find out what you can do to fight heart disease at Orioles.com/AHA. Drew at the plate, and will take the pitch inside. He popped out his first time up. Drew and then Murphy at the bottom of the order for the Yankees. Orioles shift the infield over. Double play depth. That's in there. Here at Yankee Stadium, Chen has a 1-3 record. 4.88 earned run average. This is the 6th career start Wei-Yin Chen has had in this ballpark. One delivery to him. That ball's going to be troubled into the corner. Drew. He'll get an extra base hit. Headley on his way to third will be held, and it is a double. And the Yankees, second and third, one out.
Drew getting on an inside fastball. He's catching too much of the plate. Take a look at this swing here. Getting the head out, catching it out in front. Looking it down that right field line. Delmon Young has been very busy this series, chasing down balls, making some nice plays, but also chasing down some doubles.
So the Yankees get an opportunity. They had a chance in the first inning. Teixeira couldn't get Young in from second with 2 down. That's their only opportunity with a runner in scoring position in the game. Big swing and a miss by John Ryan Murphy. The Yankees have gone 5 for 17 with runners in scoring position in the first 2 ball games. Here they've got 2. Headley, the lead runner. Drew at second base on the Yankees' 4th hit. A 1 delivery by Chen. Left field. De Aza. Runner tags. De Aza makes the catch. Headley will score. Throw to third. And the Yankees will get on the board. So Murphy gets a sacrifice fly. That'll make it a 5-1 ball game.
Wei-Yin Chen a little upset with himself after that pitch. Granted, only 1 run, not a 3-run homer, but didn't get it in quite enough. Lavarnway was setting up well in off the plate. Wanted to get him to move his feet. Exaggerate inside there, but catching too much of the plate. Picks up that sac fly, and the Yankees on the board.
Second RBI for Murphy, the backup catcher. Now with 2 down, Jacoby Ellsbury has gone 0 for 2. Runner at second base. Foul territory. Manny Machado, and no room. Ellsbury's had the big series, but the Orioles' Wei-Yin Chen has been able to keep him off the base paths so far in the ball game. Ellsbury's got the 11-game hit streak, during which he's hitting .489. 14th career double-digit hit streak for Jacoby Ellsbury. Drew off second base and foul back again. 0-2.
Couple real good sliders from Wei-Yin Chen. Slider really to get ahead, getting a lot of the plate. Ellsbury fouling off that one. Hey, why not move it over a little bit more? He executes it well. Perfect first 2 pitches. He can really do whatever he wants. He's already exposed Ellsbury at the top of the zone with the fastball.
High fly ball, Delmon Young. And he's got it. So Chen works his way out of it. A run on a couple of hits with the 1 base runner left on. It's a 5-1 Orioles lead. Inside the numbers, Tim Lincecum is in the upward move. 6 scoreless innings. Giants win over the Marlins. His ERA is down to 2. The old Tim Lincecum may be back. Jared Weaver threw a shutout versus the Astros. Did it for the Angels Friday. First win of the season, dropping that ERA down a good deal. And the Twins have scored 68 runs, hitting .313 since April 30. That's the most runs they've scored in a 9-game span since 2010. And the Twins trying to make a move and get back into the race. Here's J.J. Hardy. Hardy is flied out twice, 0 for 2. Will take the breaking ball in there for a strike. Minnesota only 2 games out in the American League Central now. 3-game win streak coming into today. Detroit, KC, Minnesota. Top 3 in the division. 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be outside as Whitley continues to move along here in the 6th inning. He's thrown 84 pitches. And trying to keep the score right where it is. Yankees still with enough at bats here to get back into this.
Definitely. You know, the Orioles have hit 3 home runs against him. I think there'd be more numbers on the board, but still within striking distance. And I think that's kind of the way the Orioles felt here this past week. A lot of ball games close enough for them to strike, so still have to execute your pitches.
Dive again. Headley, second time he's gone that way and made that play.
Headley throwing the leather around this afternoon. Good third baseman here. J.J. Hardy getting on it. That's a bullet that stays low to the ground. Headley, good lateral movement, quick feet, and keeping that glove down. Look at that good concentration. The first step, and everything drops about 2 feet. And get the eyes behind the baseball, making it look pretty easy there.
Did the same thing against Lavarnway in the 4th inning. Alejandro Diaz, a big blow in that 3-run, 2-hit 4th, delivering his 3rd home run of the season. Couple of RBIs for him, so he's got 6 on the year now. Well, Alejandro will take the pitch. Count goes 2-0, and that'll bring Murphy out to the mound to talk to Whitley. What Showalter was talking about, for no particular reason today, about when's the last time you saw somebody choke up on a bat in a game, even with 2 strikes. When you're in the old days, you'd hear everybody say, okay, 2 strikes, choke up, choke up. You don't see that anymore, but Alejandro Diaz has got a little bottom part of that bat showing.
Yeah, he is.
He's up there a little bit.
That's good. More bat control. And even in a hitter's count, 2-0 count, he's still up off the knob a little bit. Hitting coach Scott Goulbaugh certainly giving some advice to the hitters with the strikeouts kind of ratcheting their way up, and one of the ways to prevent strikeouts is better bat control, so choking up. I think Buck Showalter trying to get that word out there, maybe not directly to the players, but through the media.
Right. Ball fouled away. 3-2. Diaz has got a quick enough bat, so on a ball that he can drive, as he did with that home run, even when he's choked up, he's strong enough and quick enough to get that bat around on it. But I would think being choked up the way he is, he also gives himself a better chance of going the other way on pitches that he's not going to be able to turn on. 3-2 delivery to him. That up in the air to center field. Ellsbury will track that down 2 away. Now the O's upcoming schedule brought to you by Mile One Automotive, offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit them in store or online at mile1.com.
Well, one more game against the Yankees tomorrow afternoon here at Yankee Stadium, then back home to the friendly confines of Camden Yards. Toronto Blue Jays coming to town for 3 7:00 games, and then it's the Los Angeles Angels as the Orioles start to take on the American League West.
Angels trying to catch Houston. They're 5 games behind them starting the day. And that pitch taken for a strike. Lavarnway 2 down, 6th inning. Orioles with the 5-1 lead. Lavarnway 0 for 2. Robbed by Headley of a base hit in his last at bat.
Yeah, unenviable position here for Lavarnway. Hasn't played a lot. Tries to get his game preparation in the early work, and of course regular batting practice. He's always out here doing catching drills with John Russell. He's taking the early BP with Scott Coolbaugh. A couple good swings in this ball game. Yeah, robbed by Headley at first at bat. Had a nice deep fly ball to left center field.
1-1 pitch. Did not go. Only the 7th game he has played in, and only 21 at bats on the year. So you talk about the 21 for a backup catcher, and we were talking about the over 100 for the likes of Adam Jones playing every day.
Yeah, and I think ideally you'd probably see Lavarnway catching more, but Caleb Joseph's been so hot with his bat, and there's been some sporadic off days that he's getting enough rest, and Buck Showalter feels he's fresh enough. It's David Carpenter for the Yankees warming up in their bullpen.
Three ball, 1 strike count. Bases clear. And Lavarnway will take it outside. He works a walk. So Whitley surrenders the free pass. Only the second he's given up. That's going to be it for the Yankees starter. Joe Girardi on his way out. Whitley with that 1-0 mark. Just his 3rd start after the call up, taking Tanaka's place in the rotation. And not effective here in this one. So the Yankees will go to the bullpen. We're in the 6th inning. Orioles have the 5-1 lead. Runner on, 2 down.
Out of the ball game. Now it's time for a little relief for your car too. Visit Jiffy Lube for regular oil changes and help prevent damage and wear to your engine. Jiffy Lube, drive in today. Well, David Carpenter now in for the Yankees. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. Fastball 79%. Breaking ball 20%. Pretty good arm here. 95 plus with the fastball. 5.23 earned run average. And he also has a slider and change to go along with it.
And Manny Machado will be up. Double in the 5th and scored. Has struck out twice. A walk to Lavarnway, who was on at first base with 2 down. Carpenter, 29 years old, out of West Virginia. Grew up in Morgantown, and that's where he went to school. The University of West Virginia. Had a very good collegiate career as a catcher. He was converted to a pitcher in 2008 with the Atlanta Braves. Workhorse last year. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and Manny will lean back away from that 95-mile-an-hour heater. 2-1.
Yeah, let Manny know he's got a strong arm. 95 brushing him off the plate. Up and in.
65 relief appearances last season with Atlanta. Very good 3.54 ERA. 6.4 record. Manny will foul it off upstairs.
Take a look at Chase Whitley's line. 5 2/3 in this ball game, 6 hits, but the Orioles able to get to him for 5 earned runs, 3 home runs against Whitley, and 5 punchouts after giving up just 1 earned run in his first 2 starts.
2-ball, 2-strike count to Machado. And a grounded to short. Force at second. Going to go to first. Drew will record the out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. The Orioles leading the Yankees 5-1. By DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com. Enter promo code TRIPLEPLAY for free entry. And by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. New supply of sugar just been provided for you, Mike. We have a Rice Krispie thing. That's what my mom used to call them.
Like some cannoli in there, too.
A couple of cannolis in there, actually. Chocolate. Brett Gardner will lead it off against Wei and Chen. Chen has gone the distance. No walks, 3 strikeouts. Only a run on 4 hits against him. Delivery by Chen, breaking ball for a strike. I can't see a cannoli without thinking of the Scooter, Phil Rizzuto. Whoever it was, Scooter was friends, of course, with the entire world, but great Italian baker used to bring cannolis to the booth whenever Scooter was working. And Scooter was not much on formality. So during the course of the game, he'd come into the other booth, you'd be on the air talking, and you'd just, Gary, look at this. He'd have this foot-long cannoli. Yeah, look at this. Look how big this thing is. That's a Scooter. We're on the air. Scooter, yeah, so what? 0-2 count. And that pitch is going to miss down low. 1-2. Gardner, Young, and Teixeira due up. A-Rod not in this ball game, getting the rest today. 1-2 pitch. And that'll be outside. An efficient performance for the most part by Wei and Chen. Only 77 pitches thrown. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2. Breaking ball, that tied him up. Wow. Gardner not real happy with the call. Probably more unhappy that he was so fooled.
Wei and Chen really mixed it up well against Gardner in this at bat. Started him off with the breaking ball and finishes him off with the slider. Stays at the top of the zone. Gardner doesn't like the call, but Lavarnway catching it clean. Gorman rewarding him for that.
So Gardner's retired for strikeout for Chen. Chris Young delivered a 2-bagger first inning, was stranded. Yankees have left 3-2 in scoring position. 1 for 2 in the ball game. No walks surrendered by Chen to go along with those 4 Ks so far. And we missed down low 2-0. Wrap up the road trip in the series tomorrow. 12:30 O's Extra. 1 o'clock for the ball game. Bud Norris, Michael Pineda are the scheduled starters here on Masson and on WJZ. WJZ also with us for a ball game here in this Saturday. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Close. 3-1. Orioles have a shift on against the right-hander. Young has had a couple of hits, 8 at bats against Chen. 3-1s down low, and there's the first walk. Follow the Orioles all season long on MLB.com at bat, #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment at any moment. In-game highlights, live look-ins, replays, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Kevin Gausman, who's on the DL, 15-day with a bit of a shoulder tendonitis. Talking with Buck this morning about that, said we could have kept him in the bullpen. He could have pitched. A lot of ball clubs probably would have kept him out there and made him throw, but he's a future in our rotation, and we're not going to take that chance.
Yeah, and it's something that Kevin Gausman had started in spring training, but he said he could work his way through it, and his arm felt great. But it was when he was starting to warm up, he could feel it, and I think it's a nice idea for Buck Showalter and the medical staff to decide to give Kevin's arm a little bit of break. You sure don't want his that golden arm to be on the shelf for an extended period of time.
1 down to Shera with the 0 for 2. 1-0 delivery to him, a strike. It's kind of a delicate balancing act for the Orioles. They really they want him to pitch more. And there had been discussions about sending him down to AAA Norfolk to pitch because he wasn't getting the chance here with a big club. 1-1 delivery on the way. That's a strike. Now with the 15-day DL, it kind of answers itself. When he comes off the DL, he'll go to Norfolk, I suspect, or somewhere and pitch.
Yeah, I think Kevin Gausman obviously wants to pitch. Kind of tough in the Orioles bullpen to get that quality work and keep his arm fresh and strong.
That goes down to third off the fist. Manny Machado took a look at second. He'll go to first. Good speed by Young prevented the double play. 2 down.
Exactly what Wei-Yin Chen wanted to do. Nice job by Lavarnway. 3 straight fastballs there to Teixeira, and that one worked in off the plate. Teixeira had to swing. Just hit it too weakly to Manny Machado. I think a smart decision by Manny to take that out at first base. Young right on top of Pierce at second.
So Carlos Beltran will try and get the RBI. Young at second, 2 away. Popped out, grounded out so far in the ball game. 2 for 10 in the series. Breaking ball stopped. Lavarnway will hold the runner. Beltran this year has had only 3 hits against the Orioles. He's 3 for 20 this season against O's pitching. Lifetime 279. Wei-Yin Chen, the 1-0 delivery to him in the air, center field. Adam Jones in place, puts it away. Another good inning for Chen. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on base, 6 complete. dealer 5 years running. See why. LexusandTownsend.com.
And Paredes gets the drive of the game. Fastball down the middle, down in the zone, and he is staying red hot. Extends his hitting streak to 8 games. That's his 5th home run of the season. And he put the Orioles on the board first. 1 for 3 today with that solo shot. Great numbers on the year for Paredes.
Yankees will move the infield around. Paredes, Jones, and Young. 7th inning, 5-6-0 for the Orioles. 1-4-0 for the Yankees. And David Carpenter will remain on the mound. Came on to get the final out in the 6th. So the final line on Whitley was the 5 runs, 6 hits, 5 2/3. A couple of walks, 5 strikeouts, and 3 home runs. Paredes takes that one towards the gap. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Off the end of the glove of Young. All the way to the wall. Thinking 3 all the way. Relay throw. Hesitated. No chance. A triple picked up by Paredes to go along with the home run.
Look at him go. I mean, this ball is whacked into the right center gap. Fastball out off the plate. And he gets on it. Young can't handle it, kicks away, and when Paredes recognizes that, he says, I'm going for 3. Turns on the Jets. A little bobble out at second base by Perella, and Paredes picking up his 2nd triple of the year.
Just amazing. Jimmy Paredes now 2 for 4 in the ball game, forces the infield in. Adam Jones singled, grounded out, hit by a pitch. We'll get the RBI opportunity here with nobody out. Adam takes a strike on the inside corner. Paredes, coming into this season, his major league numbers, he had only 5 major league home runs. He has already picked up 5 this season. Pitch is there for his strike. He had a total of 3 triples in the majors. He's got 2 already this year. And he's just surpassed anything in output that the Orioles could have expected.
Still a very young player. I think 3 pitches there to Adam Jones.
1 down.
Works him hard in, and then Adam giving chase to the high fastball. See, but first 2 fastballs inside. He stays in there, but elevates a little bit. And Adam can't quite get to it. Just over the top of the bat. And Paredes, I think the little bit of experience he's had at the major league level has helped him settle down this year. And when he came into spring training, just it was like a whole new look. He was confident. He was familiar with his teammates since being here last year. And he's been bouncing around a little bit, minor leagues to the big leagues, trying to settle in with a team. I think a lot of teams realize he is a great talent. It was just no matter where can you find him a spot that's going to help you. And Buck Showalter says, well, I'm going to stick this young guy in the DH spot until his glove starts to come around. And even when Buck puts him in defensively, he's been able to play a very solid defense. So the trust factor, Buck's trust factor, is on the rise with Paredes. And the more times he picks up big hits like he's been doing, the more times you're going to see Paredes in the lineup.
1-1, infield stays in. Young has a single and an RBI in the ball game. He is 1 for 3. And there's nothing on players coming back off the DL that should affect the status of Paredes with the ball club. He's pretty much safe in that regard. Young, a couple of 9-iron chances, can't catch up with Carpenter's delivery. And Delman has a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Delman's had 3 hits in the series.
A lot of things have to go right to hit 97 down and in. Well, we couldn't quite get to that one.
Young with 9 runs batted in. 1-2 delivery, got that one. That one slicing to the corner, and a bad jump on it by Chris Young. Delman Young is on his way to second. He's got a double and an RBI, a 2 for 4, 2 RBI day. Orioles put another one up on the board. It is 6-1.
Good piece of hitting right there from Delman Young. Pick up that extra run. Take a look at this swing. Fastball down in the zone, leading with the hands, and then just cuts it over there to right field. I think Young may have thought he pulled that ball and misplayed it a little in right. Well, Young cruises in for his third double.
So he's 2 for 2 today with runners in scoring position, and now 10 for 21 in those situations on the year. Pitch is down low. Chris Davis, his 7th home run came in the 4th inning. He's walked and flied out. Chris now with 19 RBIs. He's hitting at .255. He gets an RBI chance with a shift on against him. Shreve up for the 2nd time in the Yankee bullpen. One-0 delivery to Chris. Looking for another one of those long balls right there. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
A healthy cut. Kind of makes you feel good as a hitter when you can really zone in on a fastball and gear up for it. And this guy's really proud of the fastball. He's challenging just about everybody with it. You're guaranteed to see a 2 or 3 in an at bat.
Fights off a tough pitch down and in. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. So the Orioles, who had not been able to score runs in most of this road trip, and particularly during this 4-game losing streak, they were averaging 2.6 runs a game in the 7 games prior on this trip. Get your attention. That 95-mile-an-hour fastball has been all over the place, so you don't want to dig in.
Yeah, he's not afraid to throw it up and in there, even to the righties. He's not afraid to throw in on them. There have been a couple pitches up and in, and just to clear Davis off the plate a little bit, and they can feel uncomfortable in the box.
2-2 delivery with the runner at second, and a swing and a miss, and a tag put on just to be sure. 2 down.
Down with the 2nd strike with the slider down and in. Wastes a fastball up and in and right back to it. Almost identical to the 3rd pitch. Good slider, good location.
And that'll leave it up to Steve Pearce. Runner at second, 2 down. Run in here in the 7th inning. Pearce will take the pitch for a strike. Steve back in at second base. Ryan Flaherty available, but the groin acting up a little bit. Ochoa to keep him out of the ball game today, and Steve Pearce has done an outstanding job defensively in the 6 games in the majors he's played at second. He'll put that one up in the air behind second base. And the catch made by Perella, and that'll do it. The Orioles get a run on a couple of hits, no errors, 1 left. 7th inning stretch time, 6-1-0. To end this road trip in this series, Bud Norris on the mound against Michael Pineda in the series final. Our coverage on MASN, 12:30, O's Extra, presented by Jeep, followed by game coverage at 1 on MASN and WJZ. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Take a look at tomorrow's starters. Bud Norris trying to lower that earned run average, and he's done a nice job in his last 2 starts. Pitched much better. And Michael Pineda, undefeated, 4-0 with that 2.97 earned run average, coming off a real good start against Toronto where he threw 8 shutout innings. So a couple hot pitchers going at it.
Wei Chen. Orioles have had some problems getting the extended innings they'd like to see out of their pitchers on this road trip, and Wei Chen's going to work here into the bottom half of the 7th inning. After that win number 1 on the year and in line to get it. Barella, Headley and Drew will be due up against him here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Sometimes really hard on pitchers when they don't get the win. That record kind of plays with your mind a little bit. But Chen's had a nice earned run average and has pitched really well. I think the Orioles have had a chance to win just about every game he's started this season, but it's nice to see him not trying to do too much to try to get the win. Staying within himself, pretty much staying true to form with the fastball usage. There are a few more changeups in this game, but it's that ability to throw that fastball inside that I think has helped him in this ball game, holding this Yankees offense down.
Ryan Flaherty's in the ball game. Kind of surprised. Defensive replacement at second base for Steve Pearce. And Chen will get the strike in. Jose Pirela, a single, and he is grounded out. Yankees run, sac fly by John Ryan Murphy. Their catcher came in the 5th inning. That's going to be a base hit. Delman Young over to get it. And a leadoff single for the Yankees here in the 7th. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Chase Headley with the 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. He scored a run in the ball game after he picked up a single in the 5th inning. 1 for 2. Chen's pitch will be in there for a strike. This is the first Yankee to reach leading off an inning in the ball game. Chen came in retiring 63% of leadoff batters, a little low for Wei Chen, who had 70% last year. Turned on it, down the line, and foul.
They're starting to hunt that fastball in. So a lot of foul balls being pulled. And Wei Chen coming in on the righties and even in on the lefties. But the good news is he's getting it in there with authority. See the second fastball in off the plate. Not a lot you can do with that pitch other than pull it foul.
Chen has walked only 1, struck out 4. 94 pitches thrown. Runner on first, the 0-2 delivery, and that'll be in the outside corner and will not please Chase Headley. And that's strikeout number 5.
And that is Tommy Hunter warming up in the Orioles bullpen. Wei Chen making quick work of Headley.
Stephen Drew coming up. They double and he is popped out. 3 hits, 6 at bats in this series against the Orioles. The Orioles on the year trying to even up the series against the Yankees at 3-3 if they can get the win here today. 1 down, pitch up. Infield shifted around, staying at double play depth. And Drew will take the pitch down low. Tank may be getting a little bit empty for Wei Chen. 2-0 count.
Nearing 100 pitches. Not making a lot of mistakes. But and you'd love to see Chen just keep going. I think one of the goals for Buck Showalter and Dave Wallace was have Chen and Miguel Gonzalez really start consistently getting up over 100 pitches. Stretch them out a little bit, and both really been doing a pretty good job of doing that. Miguel Gonzalez said it in spring training. His goal is to get up over 200 innings this season, and you know Wei-Yin Chen wants to do the same.
He's thrown 108 pitches against Boston. That's the only game he's gone over 100 this year. 2-1 delivery on the way, and there's a great breaking ball. Off-speed pitch, 72-mile-an-hour delivery. 3-1 though.
Beautiful curve right here from Wei-Yin Chen. Nothing Drew could do. Should have been called a strike by the look of the pitch track.
Runner off first base. 3-1 delivered to Drew, and he will foul that away. Chen 2-4 lifetime against the Yankees, trying to up that mark with the victory here today.
See, very way out. After that first inning, Wei-Yin Chen threw 26 pitches. He's been dealing more true to form, averaging right around 16 pitches per inning.
Orioles have a winning record with Chen on the mound, even though he doesn't have the wins. They are 3-2 in the 5 games that he started prior to this. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Runner not going, and another one looped foul by Drew.
Drew just doing what he can to protect and try to prolong this at bat. Wei-Yin Chen, great location with that last fastball right on the outside corner. Too close to take for sure. And the veteran hitter does what he has to do.
Again, the 3-2 delivery, and he got him. A couple of called strikeouts that the Yankees haven't been real happy about, but well located pitches. And strikeout number 6, 2 of them in this inning.
Well, Drew thinking there's no way he can hit that same spot, and he almost fills up the hole. Wei-Yin Chen, great command, dotting another fastball there to lock Drew up.
So Chen now with 2 down. Perella with a leadoff single, still over there at first base. Murphy, RBI sac fly that came in the 5th for John Ryan. And that one called a strike as well. Chen's thrown a lot of those here in this ball game. Left-hander's 0-1 delivery to him, foul back. Murphy trying to pick up a couple of RBIs in that swing. Oh, 2 delivery by Chen, and that's fouled off.
Well, one of the
Mike Wei-Yin had the 5 strikeouts against Boston. That was the high in the year prior to today.
One of the first fastballs right there. The Chen's actually missed his location in a not the spot you want to miss. He's either working in off the plate. Lavarnway was setting up down and away, and that last fastball Hookwood ended up 3rd pitch inside off the plate.
0-2 delivery struck him out. Lavarnway will make the play down to first base, and he has struck the side out for the 2nd time. He did it in the 3rd. He does it again here in the 7th. He's got 7 Ks in the game and a 6-1 lead.
America's largest and most reliable 4G LTE network. Jason Shreve coming into the ball game. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. 48% fastballs, 33% breaking balls, 19% changeup. Pretty good fastball, low 90s. That slider, that changeup is a split finger. 261 earned run average. 101 record in his 8 games. 10 1/3 innings of work, 10 punch outs to 5 walks. And holding opponents just a 194 batting average. Lefties up a little bit, 222, but the righties down to 185, probably because of that split finger.
From Las Vegas, where he still lives, he was involved in a deal with Atlanta. David Carpenter, the pitcher previous for the Yankees, was also involved in that deal. Carpenter went an inning in the third, a run on 2 hits. The 2 strikeouts that he gave up. Left-hander's delivery, strike on the outside corner. J.J. Hardy for the Orioles here in the 8th inning. Hardy's 0 for 3. Headley robbed him of a hit his last time up. 1 hit, first 10 at-bats on the season. The Orioles shortstop. Shreve's delivery, and that's going to be outside, 1-1. Well, the Orioles with 1 in the third and then that big 3-run 4th inning. The Yankees not getting on the board until the 5th. Orioles have had 3 home runs in the ball game. Paredes picked up his 5th. Chris Davis his 7th, and a 2 RBI homer by Alejandro De Aza, his 3rd of the year, all coming against the starter Whitley. One-two delivery. Lefty's pitch is down low.
That's a split finger right there with fade action down and away. He's had some success against the righties.
Two delivery and to short. Drew over to Teixeira to record the up. Hardy retired. Let's take a look at our T-Mobile game changer.
Alejandro De Aza. He gets a changeup, catches it out in front on the good part of the bat, and uses Yankee Stadium to his favor. It's a 2-run shot after a week's worth of solo home runs by the Orioles. De Aza delivering the big 2-run blow.
And here he is. 1 for 3 in the ball game. 6 RBIs on the season. Headley in at third. Big cut on the pitch, scraping across the plate for strike 1 on De Aza. Left-hander's 0-1 delivery to him. De Aza getting a look at a lefty. He's had only 6 at-bats against left-handers this season, and has not picked up a hit against a left-hander yet. De Aza hit 138 off left-handers last year, 277 off righties. Shreve's delivery to him, fastball, it's in there. Came in with straight heat on that one, 1-2.
Yeah, pretty good angle. Tall kid getting on top there and just driving it to the bottom of the strike zone.
One ball, 2 strike count. And Shreve comes inside and misses with that one. Shreve made his major league debut last season with Atlanta. He had 15 relief appearances, no decision. He was up a couple of times with the Braves. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And that's going to be down low. Bouncing again. And a full count, 3-2. De Aza with Lavarnway to follow.
Laying off some tough pitches, staying real aggressive in the bottom of the zone here to De Aza with breaking balls, split finger, even fastball down at the bottom of the zone. De Aza not biting.
Shift on. 3-2. Strike him up. No argument there. 2 away. Shreve gets the call. 3rd strike.
Consistently working the bottom of the zone and just dotting a 93-mile-an-hour fastball down there as well. Good location, and he has a lot of head nodding in that at bat.
Ryan Lavarnway. Lavarnway 0 for 2 and a walk in the ball game. Pitch tails away from him outside. Lavarnway with some pop in the bat if he gets a hold of a fastball. 1-0 count. Stayed with a changeup on him and gets the outside corner. 1-1.
Ryan, some good at bats. Picked up a nice walk in his last at bat. Hit the ball hard in his first 2. He'd like to see him get a base hit on the board. He's worked Wei-Yin Chen very well today.
In on the fist that time, popped him up to Shero. He's got it. So Shreve comes on, retires the side in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the Yankee order will be coming up.
Performance by Wei-Yin Chen in the 3rd inning. He needs to answer back. He gets a high strikeout to Murphy. Then Ellsbury goes down. Then Gardner down on the high strikeout. Gardner going down again in the 6th. But how does Wei-Yin Chen finishing up? 7th inning. 1, 2, 3. Drew and Murphy down. Beautiful outing from Wei-Yin Chen. 7 strong innings, just 5 hits given up, a 1 earned run. 7 punch-outs for Chen, throwing 106 total pitches. Had everything working, and Ryan Lavarnway worked him well. Tommy Hunter now in the ball game. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. The fastball 72% of the time. He can 2-seam it. He can cut it as well. And breaking ball, the slider. 4.63 earned run average. Tommy's been on a nice little roll. Last 8 appearances has not given up a run. 214 overall opponent batting average.
And the bottom half of the 8th inning for Hunter to work. Jacoby Ellsbury will lead it off against him. Ellsbury 389 lifetime average off Hunter. 7 for 18. Ellsbury has been held down in this ball game. The exact opposite of what went on in the ball game last night with Ellsbury and Gardner reaching and scoring. Neither's reached base in 6 at bats here in this ball game. Jacoby Ellsbury. Maybe a last chance to keep his hit streak alive. It's at 11. And Ellsbury will take the pitch for a strike. Ellsbury at 353 on the year. he had last night moved ahead of Adam Jones for the top spot in the American League. Jones will have moved ahead of him a bit today. Ball towards second. Flaherty backing up off his glove and into the outfield. So Ellsbury reaches. Leadoff batter here in the 8th inning.
Ryan a little in between there. Ellsbury a good piece of hitting. Ryan just couldn't get back behind it. Ended up staying more lateral, and then when he recognized ball hit a little harder, just couldn't get behind the ball soon enough. See that head position more on the side instead of behind the glove. Kicks off a pinky finger and up and over for a base hit, and the hitting streak is alive. Or is it an error?
Called an error.
Error, all right.
So Ryan Flaherty charged with an error on the plate. First error of the ball game. Here's Gardner. Gardner, a couple of strikeouts. He is 0 for 3. Hunter's delivery to him will be up high. Gardner has had only one hit in 15 at-bats off Hunter, and it was a home run. Gardner against the Orioles on the year, now 4 for 12. .1-0 delivery on the way. Gardner will take it, and it is in there for a strike.
I like the velocity there from Tommy Hunter. Like to see it down in the zone. It's in this Orioles infield with Hardy back. They turned a 5-6-3 double play the other day, and if there is a ground ball to Machado, Hardy will be the pivot man.
There's one that's going to go by them both. So the leadoff guys do get on here in the 8th inning. One on an error and one on the base hit. So 2 on, nobody out. Let's take a look at our Lowe's numbers. The Never Stop Improving, brought to you by Lowe's.
Lowest bullpen earned run average in May this season. And this is all of Major League Baseball. Mets leading the way, but there are the Orioles. 1.02. Dodgers, Twins, and Cardinals on that list. But this bullpen is starting to step up and get into their form. Tommy Hunter, we talked about him. 7 outings without putting a run on the board. Darren O'Day, 8 outings without an earned run. Brian Mattis, Zach Britton have been tough. So good to see that the Orioles bullpen is really the anchor of this team and has been for the past 3 years, settling in, and one of the better earned run averages this month.
Here's Chris Young. Goes after the first pitch. Young, a double, a walk, and he is grounded out. A little dangerous here for the Orioles, with the Yankees threatening on the error and the base hit. 2 on. Still nobody out in the inning. Young to be followed by Teixeira. You've got A-Rod available as far as we know on the bench. He didn't start. Swing and a miss. Hunter's blown 2 pitches by him. 0-2.
Well, 97 gets the 2-seamer down in the zone, and it has great movement, much like Zach Britton. And look at the location, right at the bottom of the strike zone. Just enough sink to keep it off the bat. If he does make contact, probably a weak ground ball.
Jones 4 for 7 against Tommy Hunter. Even on a ground ball, it'd be tough to double Chris Jones up. Real good speed going down the line. The Orioles at double play depth here with nobody out. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off to the Orioles dugout. So the count stays at 2 strikes. Yankees trying to make a comeback here in the 8th inning. They still have 6 outs with which to work, with both Ellsbury and Gardner getting on to start this 8th. .02 delivery. Check swing. Tagged him. Nope. Mark Carlson at first.
Good pitch. Nice pickup by Lavarnway. A hard slider down. Looked like he did hold up. Nice call.
So it goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outfield moving in, left and center. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss. Tommy Hunter gets him with a Swinging strike for the first out.
Beautiful hard slider, 86 miles an hour at the bottom of the strike zone. Shows itself. Young thinks he can get to it, but then disappears at the end.
So 1 away. They move to the shift. Teixeira 0 for 3. Down to first. Foul ball. And there is where the game of inches comes into play.
Yeah, he had a double first game of the series right over the first base bag.
Teixeira comes in with a 3 for 13 off Hunter. Ellsbury back to second. Gardner back to first. Beltran waiting on deck. 0-1. Lifted foul again. Trying to pick that ball up. Topped it. 0-2. Orioles have the 6-1 lead, having lost the first two each by a run in this series. Now the bullpen trying to protect that lead that Wei and Chen put up with an outstanding start, and Lavarnway coming out again. Talk to Tommy Hunter.
He's going to make sure we're on the same page. Tommy has his ideas. I think that's a good strategy. I mean, if Tommy's not committed to the pitch he wants to throw, better make sure you're on the same page. Lavarnway out for a visit.
Runners off first and second. Runners go, and it's fouled off. So both heading to their next base, Ellsbury and Gardner, with 1 down and a 2-strike count. Mr. Hardy hoping they might be able to pick up a base hit with both going, score them both. Delivery again. That's going to be up high. 1-2 on Teixeira. Hunter looking back, runners not going, and a swing and a miss. Did not foul tip it. So Teixeira's out of there. 2 strikeouts in a row on Young and Teixeira after the first 2 Yankees reached.
And another great breaking ball from Tommy Hunter, located very well. Lavarnway going down to block it, keeping it right in front of him. Head right up, check the runners.
2 away, 2 remain on. Beltran 0 for 3 in the ball game, and the pitch to him is there for a strike. So Hunter with a chance to get out of the inning after the error and the single started it. Beltran 0 for 4 against Hunter. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good miss right there. Tommy Hunter pitching with confidence right now. Really feels good about all of his offerings.
Beltran up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Ellsbury will turn. He'll score. Stopping at second base, Gardner. So Beltran picks up the RBI. Yankees get their second run. 6-2 ball game.
Two-seam fastball just staying up enough for Beltran to slap it back up through the middle. Lavarnway wanting it down and away. Just staying elevated enough.
So the fans of Yankee Stadium for the first time today, chance to make some noise. Ryan Madison's ready in the bullpen. 41,280 on hand. 41,280. Jose Pirela runners at first and second. 2 down. 2 out RBI by Beltran. There for a strike. Beltran on the year. The dozen runs batted in now. And obviously a big at bat with Pirela. A couple of singles in the game. Breaking ball fooled him but missed. 2 for 3 in the game. 2 for 6 in the series against the Orioles. Runner in scoring position numbers. 1 for 6 for the Yankees. Barella puts it in the air. Jones has a beat on it. And Adam gets there and puts it away. Barella's retired. The Yankees will pick up a run on a couple of hits and error. And they will leave a couple on base. 6-2 O's. By Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by PNC, for the achiever in you. With Mike Gordick, I'm Gary Thorne here at Yankee Stadium. Third game of 4, next to last of the road trip. And the Orioles leading it by a score of 6-2, looking to end their 4-game losing streak. Orioles will bat here in the 9th inning. Manny Machado will lead it off. He's had a double and a run scored, 1 for 4 on the day for Machado, now at 276 on the season. Shreve's delivery will miss for a ball. Jason Shreve coming on, retiring the side in order in the 8th inning. Left-hander's delivery is going to be outside for a ball.
You know, we talk about how hot Manny Machado has been here recently, but he didn't start the season off very hot. And I think nice learning experience for Manny. And not many young players at the major league level can handle a downtime offensively as well as Manny did. Not a lot of panic going on. Continue to work hard and trust his swing and his preparation, and sure enough, he came out, and he's come out in a big way. Average seems to rise every day.
Manny Machado on the lefties, 2 for 17. He'll be back into the screen. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Darren O'Day in the bullpen for the Orioles. Not a save situation here with a 6-2 lead. Two-two delivery. Swung through it. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Shreve gets his second strikeout.
Right, the fastball to the top of the zone. Hard to get to if anything happens on the backside. Maybe a little dip. Manny, a pretty true swing. But the elevated 92 beats him there.
Now to bring Paredes up. Paredes another big day. Triple, scored, home run, RBI, 2 for 4 in the ball game. Brady's going to get another base hit. He doesn't just get base hits. I mean, he's on the button on these hits, so he's got a 3-hit ball game. He picks up the single. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to the March of Dimes. 73 walks, $3,650. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. So Paredes is on. The Orioles have their 9th hit of the ball game. Jones a single, strikeout, ground out, and he's been hit by a pitch. Adam 8 for 14 against left-handers this year with 2 home runs. Brady's on at first base with 1 down.
Yeah, big damage against the lefties, and Adam with that classic smile. Good to see him smiling. He's been a little, I mean, he hasn't been concerned, I think, about his team. He understands them probably as well as anybody, and trying to make the Orioles fans feel comfortable knowing they're going to still go out here on a daily basis and play the game hard and right.
Good play by Headley. There's one relay over to first, and they'll turn the double play. Headley's played a fine third base here in this ball game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. The Orioles need 3 to wrap it up. Put a W up when we come back. Bottom of the 9th. Coming on to try and finish it up for the Orioles, who have a 6-2 lead. Darren O'Day.
Yeah, Darren O'Day has been a stud once again out of this Orioles bullpen. Take a look at his pitch arsenal. 53% fastball, the breaking ball 45% of the time. Threw another changeup in yesterday's ball game, so up to 2%. 0.87 earned run average on the year for Darren O'Day. 10 1/3 innings work, 10 Ks, just the 1 walk. Opponent's hitting 154 overall. The lefties up to 333 now.
Chase Headley will be leading it off here in the 9th inning. Headley, Drew, and Murphy will be due up for the Yankees against Darren O'Day. For Hunter, an inning work, a run, but it was unearned. 2 hits, he didn't walk anybody, and he had 2 strikeouts. So Tommy got it done. Chen, the 1 run, 5 hits over 7. Whitley, pitcher of record on the losing side, 5 runs, 6 hits, and 5 2/3 for the Yankees. And O'Day ready to work. Headley, 2 hits here in the against the Orioles rather on the year, and in this series he has picked up 1. He got a single in the 5th inning, 1 for 3. He's had a couple of hits in 11 at bats here in this series. Headley hitting at 232. Yankees need base runners. That'll be foul back, 1-1.
Headley not swinging the bat as well as he'd like. We're playing some solid third base. Very good defender all over the place in this series.
A really good game at third in this game today. That one will be up high. 2-ball, 1-strike count on Headley. Brady's in the big 3-hit ball game, including a home run, a double shy of the cycle. 2-1 pitch on the way. Count goes to 2-2.
That's that fastball under the hands of Headley. Good pitch there.
Shift is on against the left-handed hitter. 2-2 delivery on the way to him, and that's the way he goes with it, but foul.
Swinging over it once, why not go right back to it? O'Day does, almost the identical spot as the prior pitch. So pitches 4 and 5, and down and in on Headley.
Two-ball, 2-strike delivery from O'Day, and he gets him to go. Aaron will get the strikeout. One away in the ninth.
That rising fastball Aaron O'Day possesses, primarily all sinkers down in the zone. Finishes him off with what he calls the Jenny Finch. Fast pitch softball up to the top of the zone. We'll get the first out.
Chen struck out 7, season high. Hunter struck out 2. And now O'Day picks one up. Stephen Drew, that is in there for a strike. Yankees actually have struck out more than the Orioles have in their ranking. Keep in mind, though, the Orioles are either 2 or 3 games behind the rest of the league in games played because of the 2 games that were canceled in Baltimore.
So they have a chance to catch up.
They have a chance to catch up, but still, I mean, even then, they're in the league. They're what, out of the 15 teams, they come in, the Orioles 8th most strikeouts and the Yankees 9. So it's not as though, even with all those Chris Davis strikeouts, they're not 14th or 15th in the league. 1-ball, 2-strike count on Drew. They will regroup. Way inside. Chance for something other than a 1-run ball game against the Yankees this year. There have been so many. We get a pinch hitter coming up. That's McCann, who had the day off behind the plate. And that pitch is going to be outside. 2 games in this series, 4-3 and 5-4. Camden Yards, 6-5, 4-3 ball games. And then the only game that was decided by more than 1 run this season was the 7-5 Orioles win in the 3rd game played in Baltimore. 3-2 delivery on the way, and that's tapped where they weren't playing him. Machado, long run, longer throw, and off the mark. Not going to get him. That's a very tough play with the shift on.
That really is most third basemen tested with this play. And as a matter of fact, most managers won't put their third baseman at shortstop. They'll leave the shortstop there and bring the third baseman over on the other side. But Manny's proven he can play there well. A very tough play. He's got a range over. Going to be a slow roller. Drew getting out of the box from the left side and just pulls it up the line. Chris Davis does what he can to try to hang on there, but just a little bit up.
They've charged an error on that. I would have thought that was a base hit.
Yeah, a couple tough errors on the Orioles defense.
So here's McCann pinch hitting for Murphy, the catcher. Oh, it's a good idea. I mean, you're down 6-2. You need base runners, even though McCann's got power up there with the Orioles giving him third base. And you got the top of the order coming up. He was willing to just try and get on.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a good play. Veteran play right there. The whole left side of the infield available for him to lay down a bunt.
And it still is. Drew at first base. A 1 delivery, and he does. And he'll be taking a little practice tomorrow bunting. 2 strikes.
Well, the one thing that I think hitters are going to learn as they continue to try to lay these bunts down with the shifts is you don't have to leave. You're not trying to beat it out. You're just trying to put the ball on the left side instead of running out of the box. Just set up and make sure you get the bunt down, and you'll probably get a base hit.
No way anybody's going to get to it with this shift on. Now, of course, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strike count. That was a challenge right there by Buck Showalter to Brian McCann. You can't bunt.
Yeah.
And he couldn't. Not this time, anyway. 1-2 pitch by O'Day, and he goes the other way anyway. Good piece of hitting. We couldn't get the bunt down towards third base, but he could slap one into left field, so he's on.
That was a good piece. Very tough for Darren O'Day against lefties. That fastball kind of sinks into their bat path, and here using the whole field. Nice piece of hitting by McCann.
That'll do it for O'Day. Top of the order, you got Ellsbury, Gardner, 2 lefties. So Brian Mattis has been ready in the bullpen throughout the inning. A left-hander will come on. Or Zach Britton, sorry.
Here's a look at his pitch arsenal this season. That fastball 88% of the time. Breaking ball 12% of the time. Dominant pitch, obviously, that nasty fastball. 159 earned run average, 5 saves on the year for Britton. 16 punch outs, just the 3 walks. Opponents hitting just 190 overall on Britton. Lefties just 143. Righties not much better, just 200.
So now it is a save situation, and Zach Britton is 2 for 2 in saves against the Yankees this year, 4 for 5 against them in his career. He'll be on for the 4th time this season. He has pitched 3 innings against the Yankees, no runs, 2 hits, with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Not an easy task, even with the 4-run lead. You've got Ellsbury up there. Runners on at first and second, and 1 away. Britton's pitch to Ellsbury, grounded. Flaherty will go to first, and they'll record the out there for the 2nd of the inning. Runners will move up, but more importantly, the Orioles get the out.
Yeah, nice play by Flaherty. Why try to do a little bit more than what the game is giving you, and they're just taking that second out right in front of them at second base. A little bit of a risk to throw back across the diamond in this type of ball game.
So 2 down in the 9th. And here's Gardner with a base hit, a couple of strikeouts, and a ground ball out. Gardner with the 3 for 7 off Britton. 2 on, 2 down. Chen looking for win number 1. If the Orioles can get this final out, maintaining the lead. And the pitch will be inside. Whitley would be the loser. He would be 1-1. One-0 count. A little tense here at the end. Yankees making a noise in the 8th and 9th innings after Chen shut him down the other innings in this ball game. And a 2-0 count. You got Young waiting on deck. You got A-Rod available. Here's the 2-0 delivery, and that's there.
Zach will take that high strike. He doesn't want to live up there. Much better movement when he's down in the zone. Gets him back into this count.
The 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to be there too. Gardner turning around on that, but that looked like it was a pretty hefty strike.
A couple calls on Gardner in this game. A couple high strikes and staying at the top of the zone. Gardner likes to look at those pitches, but Gardner not at all.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, bottom of the 9th. Britton. And the 2-2 delivery and a ground ball towards first. It'll be played to Britton covering. The dive, not in time. Britton's arguing, hang on. Girardi's going to challenge the probable final out of the ball game. So everybody's got to wait.
Yeah, everybody's staying on the field.
Girardi turning around to his video technician and says, yes, I challenge. So this ball game will end on a challenge or continue on one as they'll go to New York, see whether or not Gardner was safe or out at first base.
Well, always tough when you have a hitter like Gardner up great speed and Zach Britton's movement. You know he's going to be topping the ball, so the chances of an infield hit are pretty high. And here Gardner hustling. You don't typically see a hitter dive in.
Oh, he was safe.
Definitely diving in now.
Now you got to have, it's got to be clear the call on the field was wrong. The call was out. That's tough. I don't
really
think,
tough to
I
tell.
Don't know if you got enough there. The different angle. Oh, should be an out, and it is. Just not enough to overturn it. Close play at first base, and the Orioles come away with a victory as they pick it up by a score of 6-2 and end their 4-game losing streak. All of you watching on WJZ, thanks for joining us. We'll be right back with you tomorrow. So join us again on Sunday to wrap this series up. Bud Norris on the mound against Michael Pineda in the series finale. Coverage on MASN 12:30 O's Extra presented by Jeep, followed by our game coverage at 1 on MASN and WJZ.